Hey everyone, and welcome to IG8Live Esports. Today we're on with NLRL, that's Next Level Racing League, for round 5 of 22 for the Spanish Grand Prix. And we're just getting started here right now with our short qualifying session, and then we're gonna head straight over into the 50% race. So we got a few drivers starting to head out on track already here to get started with the qualifying. So just before we get to that though, guys, please do remember to just leave a like on the stream, and remember, if you are new around the channel, just make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, because we do have multiple streams going on during the course of a week. So we're going to have a look at our grid in just a bit as we get a few stats up on screen, especially for our track. We have to have a look at what's going on and how many cars are actually out on track there right now. So let's have a quick look at that as we get on through with this session here. Oh, there's quite a few cars already out on track. I see Venox is already out of this session, just at the exit of turn 2, as it seems. So he's not going to be able to make any sort of qualifying lap time in this session, unfortunately. But let's continue on with everyone else who is still running in. And let's get on with see anything else do I need to set. I don't think so. I think we're good on that end, and yeah, we should start to see some lap times come in here pretty quickly. Being it's a short qualifying session, these drivers are going to try to get a move on and try to get their lap times in as fast as possible, just to avoid invalidating laps and whatnot, because that does tend to happen sometimes, especially on a track like this. So they're going to have to just get a quick move and get their lap times in, just to make sure that they are able to get a lap time in, actually, just in case they do invalidate their first attempt at this. So we're going to have, I think I have a few drivers starting their hot laps already. So I'm going to be a bit new to some of these PSN names, but we'll probably get through them either way. So let's have a look and see what our grid looks like. So I see we got Climb User there, we got Vettel, we got Vic, we got Minimir, I got Fake Fox, I got Ethan, Thunderbales, I got Santi there, Marcus, Banter, I got King Curb, Jay Kelly, Ghost Rider, Ace. Majority of the names I'm kind of familiar with. Venox, Slowpoke, and Finn12 there. So I think it's a good group of 17 drivers. Should be quite an interesting race for this evening here. And as we get a bit of contact with cars on track and during qualifying, so that's not going to be too good. That might result in a few grid spot penalties, depending on whose fault that was. We'll have a look at that, see how that works out though, because I don't think that's going to work out too well for someone. I'm not sure who fault that was, but let's get on with this session either way. So everyone's trying to work right now on getting their hot lap over with. So trying to follow on, see what exactly is going on track here. Let's have a look what's happening on track here right now. So I think majority of the drivers having some trouble at the moment. I think Slowpoke is the only one flying through the track at the moment. So let's have a look on his end overhead and see what's going on there. We'll see what sort of lap times we're going to be expecting from this group of drivers pretty shortly, as we start to have some lap times come in already. We got Fake Fox with a 116.4, Banter goes, that's Braden, goes 116.5, Jay Kelly goes 116.8 in B3, Finn goes to P3 now with a 116.7, 110 faster. Ace goes 130.3 in P6 now. That's not too fast for him, but I think he had a slow lap. And Slowpoke goes 117.2. So some pretty competitive times out front already, and I think they're definitely going to have a chance to get back on track and try to get another lap in if they do need to there as well. As we still have enough time left in qualifying as it is right now. Vic here running, he had a bit of an incident with AlphaTauri at the start of qualifying there, I think. So let's see if did he change up his front wing? Oh, he's good. That probably wasn't my mistake on that. But let's see what sort of time he's going to get in, as he's in sector 3 right now, about to finish off this lap. And I still have a few more drivers on out laps right now, a few more drivers on hot laps, and just a few in the pit still. So I think everyone's going to be getting out pretty shortly, and just trying to get a lap in as fast as they can. because we got just under 13 minutes left in this qualifying session right now. So it's going very pretty quickly from us, but still enough time for everyone to get a time in. That's Vic with a 1:16.568. So just about 300 of a second slower than what Braden did there in P3. So not too bad of a time actually. And his teammate Ace here just went 1:18.7, so he's now down to 8 with that time. So he made an improvement upon his lap time. Let's see who else is currently running. Oh, we got Ethan finishing a lap here right now as well. The Mercedes. So let's see where he goes on the board with this lap. Looks like it's a pretty good lap going so far as he gets across the line with a 1:16.6, goes into P5 with that, so really not too bad of a time there at the moment. I see 2 drivers out of this session already. That's Codfish and Venox there, and a total of 19 into the session here at the moment. So we're getting a few more drivers on the grid as we get through qualifying here at the moment. I got Ghost Rider as well on an outlap, so it should be interesting to see what sort of time these guys are going to be bringing in. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how to get this PSN name right. I'm going to go with Arxie for now. I'm not even sure if I got it right. If I didn't, do help me out with that, guys. But yeah, I think he invalidated a previous lap. He was trying to, if that was an outlap or not, I didn't really pay attention to it, but I was more focused a bit on the name. But yeah, he's on a hot lap here right now. And let's see where Arxie goes in when he does finish this lap. I got Mini Mirror on a hot lap there as well. I wonder what part of the track. And he's a little further ahead. So I guess we can keep ahead here, have a look at what's happening on his end, and see how his lap is going through. I see Vettel is on a lap as well. Let's see. So we still got about half of the grid yet to get our lap times in before the end of qualifying. We still got just about 10.5 minutes to do this. So I think it's quite enough time for these drivers to get at least 2 good runs in before this qualifying session comes to an end. But I think could be quite enough time. That's Minimir going 1:17.6 right now into 9th. Climb User goes 1:18.1. Ace there still with 1:18.7 right now. And as he goes right now, goes 1:16.796, 100th of a second slower than what Finn did there in 7th, to this 1:16.783. So some very, very competitive lap times out in front, I gotta say. Marcus there going 1:15.8 though, fastest time in the session so far. So he'll hold on to that provisional pole start for now at least, until we see if we're gonna have anybody else make a faster time. That's Vettel there. He's invalidated that current lap. Santi here running 16th at the moment. Let's see, he's just starting a hot lap here right now. And let's see where that lap is going to take him. We got King Curb here, and where is he on track? Going through Sector 2 right now. So I think so far so good for qualifying. Okay, sorry, but let's have a look what else is happening. So Thunder Bales looks like he's on a lap. Just started that actually. So let's have a look on where he's going to go in the Alfa Romeo here. So just 2 drivers left. Vettel and Thunder Bale left to make their lap times in. We get lap times ranging from 1:15 all the way down to 1:18 down the bottom with Ace right now. So let's see how that grid stacks up as we get through the next 8 minutes of this qualifying session. I say so far so good. Quite a few 116s and I think a few 117s in the session. So really not too bad. Just shows the level of competitiveness we're going to have in the race, especially with the front of the grid. I think it's going to be a little bit tight getting through turn 1, so we're going to have to keep a close eye on that as these guys get through the first 3 turns at least, just to see if we're going to have any major incidents on the start of this race or not, because they're going to be quite close together getting through. I'm not sure how much separated they're going to really get as they get through that first turn, or by the time they get down to turn 1. There's going to be some late braking, and I think some early braking is going to happen, so we're going to have to keep a close eye and see how the entire grid stacks up with that. But so far so good. Antonio Bill just did a purple sector, so let's see what sort of lap time he's about to get, as that was a purple sector 2. I don't think it was a purple sector 1, but still could be a pretty good lap if he does get a purple sector 3 here. So let's have a look at that and see where he goes on the grid. And goes P3 at 116.2, so was quite an impressive lap. So Marcus still holds on to provisional pole there with a 115.8 right now, and Fake Fox there goes 116.1, still has that in P2. Thunderbilt is now in P3, so that's our top 3 start looking what this is going to be so far. We still got just under 7 minutes left in this qualifying session, so still anything can go here, and we know things tend to change quite a lot as we get further to the end of a session there. We got Ace on another outlap here right now, and I think Clam User and RC here might be on hot laps as well going through. I don't think they're on hot laps actually, probably just running a lap. And Vic here has invalidated whatever lap he was trying to run there at the moment. Does not look like Finn is on a lap here at the moment. Let's have a look at King Curb here. Might be on a lap in that McLaren and might be trying to make a faster lap than 116.4. Okay, I think we got close to half or just over half of the grid back into the pits there right now. And yeah, we should have them get back out on track and just to try one last time, or at least do 2 more hot laps if they can out on track. But let's see, most of them will probably try to just do one more, because they're probably just going to try to save the tires just a bit as well as they get back out on track for that last qualifying lap. But let's see where that goes, because they're definitely going to want to try to improve their time, especially from 10th onwards down. They're definitely going to want to get back out on track and try to improve their time and hopefully get a better qualifying start here. We got Ethan here. I think he's on a hot lap here right now going through. Yeah, definitely looks so as he's using up as much of the curb as he can. Let's have a look, see if he's able to improve his time from 116.600 there right now. And that is Ethan going fastest in the session under 115.798, just about somewhere about 100th of a second or 200 or close to 200 of a second off of the time that Marcus did there. So quite an impressive time from him there so far. Let's see who else do we have running here right now. We got quite a few more drivers getting on out laps at the moment. I got Jay Kelly probably on a lap here, definitely so actually. So let's have a look at him as he finishes that lap with the Renault and see where he's gonna go. And Jay Kelly actually improves his time, goes up into P3 right now with a 115.9. So we got 3 drivers now into the 115s. And I think it's quite impressive because we got a 115.7, 0.8, and 0.9 for P1, 2, and 3. So they'll show that it's going to be quite impressive with that race start, with those 3 being so close together. I think we got King Curb on another lap here. He's trying to use as much as the curb as well right now, trying to go on a bit of a different strategy with the where he gets through the lap on his racing line. So let's see if that's going to improve his lap time here. He's currently at 1:16.461. Quite an impressive time so far, but only holding him on into 7th. So I think he's definitely trying to improve this time as much as he can. He's already out of this session there as well, unfortunately, with Codfish and Venox. So not going to be able to make another lap time in. Unfortunately, we'll have to start from the back of the grid, but we got a grid of 19 drivers in here right now. So I think it's going to be an interesting race here for the Spanish Grand Prix. So looking forward very much to what the race start is going to be like here. We'll have a look at that in just a bit, because I really want to see in just about the next 2.5 minutes time what our starting grid is actually going to look like. Because I'm quite sure a few of those grid spots are going to be changing up just a bit in the next 2 minutes as these guys get through qualifying here. Okay, so let's have a look what just changed. So we're just off our second. So looks like King Curb went into P3 to 115.9. As he says, things will change up just a bit. And now he's into provisional pole start with a 115.587. Fastest in the session so far. Marcus is now down into second with his time 115.6. Ethan goes P3 right now with his time of 115.7, and Fake Fox there goes 115.969. He is in P4 with that. J. Kelly goes down to P5 with his 115.984, and Thunderbill is there 115.986. Literally 2,000th of a second slower than what J. Kelly did. So very, very competitive with these lap times that we're seeing here right now in the 115s, and I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what a full qualifying session would run through with this league in terms of just doing a short qualifying session. But they're under a lot of pressure in the short qualifying session doing this, and Ethan just goes back fastest 115.3, and that's his final lap. He's not going to be able to do another one, so he's going to have to hope that that 115.3 holds up as the fastest lap in the session for him to have a provisional pole start here for the Spanish Grand Prix. But we'll see how that goes up, because it's quite competitive out front right now. I gotta be honest with you, with these lap times that we're seeing. We got top 6 drivers right now into the 115s, and quite a few going down past halfway of the grid with the 116s, a few 117 and 118s in. But I'm quite sure those guys would have been able to improve, at least get into the 116 or 117, low 117s if they had some more time in qualifying there. Unfortunately, not the case, but does happen sometimes. Not all drivers are perfect on each track. Everyone does have a particular track in the game that they do actually favor, and some tracks they're not too much a fan of. But so far so good with the grid out front. At least top 10 drivers, I would say. Well, just around for that area, at least for top half of the grid, I would say. It's been a pretty good, interesting qualifying to watch what these guys can do in terms of lap times. There is very, very competitive, very close off between them. So I'm quite interested to see how that run down to turn 1 is going to go on our opening lap. And qualifying is officially over here, guys. We're just in a bit of overtime for anyone still running a lap, which I don't think anyone else right now. I think just King Curb just needs to retire off of the session, and that's it. We can move straight on to our final results for qualifying and then get straight into the race session, which is what we're here to look forward to. So let's just give him just a bit, and he'll probably just be retiring off any second there, so we can get our move on into the next part of the session. I think that's it right now. So let's have one last look at the qualifying results before we do move on here. So starting on pole is going to be Ethan there. King Curb starting in second alongside him. We got Marcus starting in third. We got Fake Fox starting fourth. J. Kelly is going to start fifth. Thunderbird start sixth. We got Finn starting seventh. And we got Braden starting in 8th there right now. And then we got Minimer starting in 9th. We got Vic in 10th. Ghost Rider 11th. We got Santi starting 12th. We got Slowpoke in 13. We got Oxy in 14. We got Climb User 15. Veltler 16. And Ace starts in 17. Codfisher start 18. And Venox starting in 19. And we're just one driver short of a full grid here, guys. So it's going to be quite an interesting race for our Next Level Racing League. And it is round 5 of 22 in case I think we did mention it before. But just let's have a good go with that. Hey, Ethan, good job on getting that pole start. Just be a bit careful getting into turn 1. It's gonna be a little bit of a mess, I assume, as in terms of braking zones with drivers here. So let's see how that's gonna go through. I think it's gonna be a full dry race from what I'm seeing on the conditions on track here right now. I'm hoping for their sake it's gonna be a full round dry race, but we'll see how that goes, and we're gonna have a look at what sort of strategy these guys are gonna be using in the race as well. Once again, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new on here, because we do so many races during the course of a week that I lose track of how many races we actually do. I think it's about 9 or 10. I'm not even sure, but somewhere around that number, and I think it's a little bit too much right now, but we'll see how to deal with that either way. So I think we're just about to get started here right now. Alright guys, so we're getting started with our formation lap here right now. So it's going to be a 33 lap race around here, and we just went through what our qualifying results were, so no need to really go through that again. But we do have a Mercedes starting on pole. We got a McLaren in second. I think a Williams there in third. So an interesting top 3 start that we're going to have for this race. We're going to see how well 18 is going to be able to get away from these guys here, because King Curb and Marcus, also Fake Fox and J. Kelly, I think quite a few guys are going to be on his tail getting straight down into turn 1, and they're going to try to use a bit of a slipstream if they can, I guess, but it's not going to be too powerful at this point in the race, being that we're just getting started from the grid and going down there. But it is quite a bit of run getting down into turn 1, but let's see if he's going to choose to stay on his racing line or maybe block off the inside a little bit if he wants to keep the drivers behind. But of course, it's not just going to be one driver he's defending himself against. It's going to be quite a few. Then we have predictive race strategy. It looks like it's going to be mostly a 2-stop race here for the Spanish Grand Prix, but let's see how that's going to work out. And let's have a look quickly at what tires are like here at the moment. So it looks like top 11 cars are going to be starting on the soft tires, and 12 all the way down to 19 are going to be starting on the mediums. So they're going to be running a bit of a different strategy in terms of the rest of the grid there. So it should be quite an interesting race. We're going to leave this on position changes, so you guys can have a look at that as we get started with the session there. I'll try to keep camera focus on the entire grid as they get through the first 2 turns, and hopefully we can catch any incidents that do potentially happen on this race start, and especially if you do end up having a safety car or a VSC or not. We'll see how that goes through though, but hopefully everyone gets through pretty well on turn 1. 19 drivers in this session, about to get started for the Spanish Grand Prix round 5. It's going to be quite an interesting start here, especially with the top half of the grid getting down into turn 1. Midfield is going to be a bit tough as well in terms of guys braking a bit late or braking early. That's what the guys are going to have to be a bit careful about as well. And thank you guys, everyone who is joining on the session right now. Remember, do leave a like on the video. Literally a second it takes to click that button, and let's get started with this race here right now, because I think everyone is back into their grid slots. We're just waiting for these lights to start going off, and then we can get a good look at the front of the grid. And there we go. So let's have a good look at see how King Curb gets away from the grid, and then we're going to switch back onto the overhead view. Let's see if Ethan gets away well. Actually, he gets away pretty well, and he's already getting a lead out front. So let's have a good look on the rest of the grid. Our leaderboard might get a bit mixed up, or try to have a look at that. Down at the back, I see a Red Bull on someone. I think that's Ace. Oh, and he loses. Did he lose the lead? I'm trying to have a look if he lost the lead or not. No, he still has the lead with 2 McLarens behind him, and everyone seems to get through pretty well so far. Just a few position changes. We got some car going wide, and an Alfa Romeo spinning around off track there. I think he went a little bit too wide. That was a mini murder, and unfortunate for him, he's going to fall all the way down to the back. I think Thunderbills fall long. He fell in quite a few positions as well along the back. I think he might have gone a bit too wide off track as well, getting through turns 1 and 2, and we got a bit of contact going down between Thunderbills and I think between Climb User there, and I think someone lost a bit of front wing, and I think that was the AlphaTauri, but they're still going through right now. So quite a bit of a chaotic start for most of our drivers. They're getting a bit off track and losing a bit of track position as well. We still got these guys pretty close together as they're getting through. Egan still leads this race with Fake Fox now up into 2nd place in the race. King Curb has dropped a position. Marcus has dropped a position. J. Kelly is right there where he started. Braden is up 2 positions already. Finn is starting. He started in 7th. He's still in 7th and running. But we got Vettel here. He's gained about 7 positions on the race start so far, all the way up into P8 he is right now. Vic has gained a position. Santi gained about 2 positions as well. And quite a bit of change happening in the midfield of the grid there right now. So let's see how that worked out and what's happening going into turn 1. We got a Red Bull. That's Vic and someone else going side by side right now. Trying to have a look on who that is. I think that no, I don't think that was the car behind, I think. So let's have a look on what's happening out front back as we get. Oh, I think our leaderboard just getting mixed up a bit, but we have to just let that sort itself out as we continue on through to have a look. I'm just looking at the map right now to see where the close gaps are, to keep an eye on that as we go on through. And we're following on with Santi there, I think, right now, chasing down Vettel in the AlphaTauri at the moment. Has a Red Bull of Vic behind him, so he's going to have to be a bit careful about that, not to lose another position there as well as he continues on through. Alright, the grid is now sorted back. Let's get on back out in front and switch this on to tires as it is and have a look at what's happening. So Ethan continues to lead the Spanish Grand Prix out front with Fake Fox running in 2nd. He's about a 2nd behind, not in that DRS zone where we're going to have DRS coming on this lap. And we got Ace out of the race, and it's a virtual safety car for that incident down in the back. He's out in sector 2, so I'm not sure exactly how that incident happened down in the back there, but definitely probably had contact with someone. And 19 drivers on the grid fighting a bit. The things are going to happen. So first virtual safety car of the session. Everyone's going to have to just decrease their speed by about 40%, even though it doesn't even look that way at this point. But they're going to have to make sure they don't speed under the VSC right now. We're going to have a few pit stops happen down in the back of the grid there. For any driver who does have any damage, you're going to want to get in and get those damaged front wings replaced as fast as they can and get back out of here on track. So let's see what our closest gap currently is, as we're still under the VSC and running. Looks like Braden is running just behind Finn there in 6th with the Redo. So he's looking to get that position up if he can. And we're going to get back started with this race in just a bit. Ethan, they're gaining some time out front. And the VSC is over. We're back racing again. And he already is 1.9 seconds ahead. I think the biggest gap we have out front there at the moment, with King Curb just about under a 2nd behind Fake Fox. So he has more pressure behind him than to be worried about catching up to Ethan in the lead of the race. He has some clean air to work with out front, as Braden getting a bit off track of the curb there, and I think he's just trying to keep it in front of Santi as well. So he's trying to catch up with Finn as much as he can. I think he has both ran away in front of him to catch up too, so he's going to have to get a move on and see. Oh, and we got a Williams spinning around. That was Marcus, I think, there. Yep, it was. He spun around a bit. I'm not sure if he had contact with someone or just lost the rear end of the car, but he's going to get back going here right now. So he's down quite a few positions from the race start. We're on with Finn here right now, who's catching up to J. Kelly in P4, and he's looking to get by. That is his teammate there. So let's have a look and see if Renault is actually doing a switch with their drivers here at the moment, because it seems like that is what is happening. Finn seems to be the faster driver. He's gone ahead up into P4, and J. Kelly is taking the position down P5, but he's now going to have to deal with Braden, who's coming down behind, and he's looking to get by side with the Renault. He goes into the next turn, and let's see who gets through. Still pushing on through the inside and might actually get this position up into P5. Let's have a look if he's going to get it. Now on the outside and still trying to get around. Not able to get the position over with as yet, as that Renault still fighting him through. JK is still holding on to P5 as much as he can here right now, as they still actually are going side by side through every turn, and neither of them are giving in on this at the moment. We got Santi coming behind of them. Looks like J. Kelly got the position up at the moment, at least for now. And let's see if Braden's going to come back. Oh, and Santi gets in the middle of that battle there as well, and he's trying to get up a position. So he gets a position up on Jay Kelly. Jay Kelly is down 2 positions right now. Braden's up into P5. Santi goes up into P6, and Jay Kelly down to 7th. And we got another virtual safety car. Something's happened on track somewhere. If you can have a look maybe from Vettel's car here. What's happened on track? And that's 2 cars into the wall there. That's Codfish and Climb User. I think they just took each other out. And I'm not sure how that incident happened, but that might be reported at the end of the session. But we're going to continue on with the race. So 2 more drivers out there right now. That means we're down to about 16 drivers in this race. We started with 19, and this is currently our 2nd VSC of the session. We're going on with Venox here in P7. He's chasing now Slowpoke for P6. Of course, we're still on the safety car. No overtaking as yet. And Ethan is getting away pretty well out front. He's 2.7 seconds away from King Curb there, who's running in 2nd. Finn now running in 3rd, with Braden running in 4th. Santi running 5th, and Slowpoke now running in 6th. We got penalties for Braden and Fake Fox at the moment, and it's a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. And now we're back racing, so that drive-through is going to hurt their race just a bit. We'll see how badly that's going to affect them when they do that drive-through penalty. I'm not sure if Thunderbills and Braden have drive-through penalties as well, or if that's just a exceeding track limit penalty. Well, let's have a look at very quickly actually. And it's drive-through penalties both for Fake Fox and Braden, and it's a 5-second penalty for Thunderbill, which is a little easier to deal with. And we got Slowpoke trying to get by here right now. He's trying to get by Venox here for P6, so let's have a look at the Racing Point chasing them down. Out front, I think our closest auto gap that we have there is Santi. They're chasing down Braden for P4, so he's going to be under a bit of pressure here at the moment. Let's have a look at that battle as it continues on. So Haas chasing him down. Let's how far away is he? Oh, we got Braden into the pits doing his drive-through penalty there right now. So that puts Santi up into P4. Venox goes up P5. Slowpoke goes up to P6 right now, as he's still chasing down Venox there on the pit straight and not able to get close enough to actually get that position there. So bottom half of the grid have actually done 1 pit stops each already, and we can have a look at position changes here. Venox has gained 13 positions in this race so far. Still has to do a pit stop though. We'll see how that goes after the stop, and we're going to switch on back to tires to see what they're at here right now. Out front, we still have a bit of a gap between our race leaders. There are 3.3 seconds between Ethan and King Curb, and that's for the lead of the race. So Ethan running is a bit of his own race out front, has quite a bit of a comfortable gap to work with at the moment. And Finn there running 3rd still. Santi's still running 4th. Venox still 5th, sorry, and Slowpoke still here in 6th. He's still chasing now Venox here for 5th position, but he does need to get quite close to actually get this done. And looks like Venox there gets penalties. So let's see what Slowpoke is up to here right now. He's about 0.2 of a second behind, not too far off. Down at the back, I got Marcus trying to get past Arxie here for P11 right now. Let's have a look if he's going to be able to get that done. Looks like he might be able to take it on the inside of this turn, and it actually does do it, but might have to brake just a little bit extra. I think he braked just a little bit too late and went a little too further down than he would like, and Arxie got back in position there. So he's back up into 11. Marcus has to take back 12 for now, and they're going to continue on through this way. Thunderbills here is chasing down Marcus as well for P12. So a bit of a close gap between them as they continue on through for that position there. We had a few more pit stops happening already as I know we got 2 cars going side by side for a second there. That's Marcus and Arxie fighting it out for P9 right now. And we still got Thunderbills just behind of them and still coming very strong in to try and get a position up here as well. And he's definitely trying to push it on the inside. Oh, and probably a bit of contact between the two of them because Arxie is off track. Doesn't take any damage, but he's trying to get back on track here right now. Unfortunate for Arxie there, but he's got back on track again, and he's in 14 just behind. Oh, I think he might have a better contact with the car in front, or maybe he just lost the rear end on full tires there. I'm not sure, but he has a damaged front wing now and is going to have to pit and have that replaced. So let's get back out to the rest of the grid. We got Marcus running in 9th here at the moment, still trying to chase down now. He's chasing down Vic for that position there in 8th. So let's see how that's going to work out for him. We got Ethan into the pits. Race Raider is in. King Curb is into the pits there as well. So bit of a same strategy the two of them seem to be running on, as they're both going on to the medium tires there right now. Santi takes over the lead. Oh, and we got a safety car happening right now. So I wonder if race leaders Ethan would have prefer to do their pit stops at this point right now. So they just finished doing their pit stops though, so actually might be a bit helpful. We'll see how the strategy works out because they've already done their pit stops. On to fresh mediums they go right now. He's out back into P4. King Curb is out back into P5. Finn is out into 6. And J. Kelly, he's on 2 lap hole tires right now into 7th position. We got Santi, Venox, and Slowpoke P1, 2, and 3. They have not pitted as yet, so they're going to have to do a pit stop here very, very soon. So let's see if they're going to decide to do that pit stop here right now as they're further out. And let's see where Santi is on track right now. So he is about to approach getting into Sector 3. And he's going to have to get into that pit lane if he wants to do a pit stop here right now and get off those mediums. Of course, they started on the medium, so I think the strategy that they want to run might have, it was probably planned to be a bit longer than 7 laps on these tires. So let's see if they're going to do a pit stop here or not. I'm not sure. It will cause them losing the race lead, and he is going into the pits. So let's have a look on what his strategy is going to be here, because he started down at the back of the grid on the medium tires, and he's now leading the race, now getting into the pits on this safety car. And we got Venox and Slowpoke getting in behind him there as well. And he's going onto the hard tires, so he might be pushing to the end of the race on those tires right there right now. And that's Ethan taking over back the lead of the race right now. King Curb goes back into 2nd place. And let's see if Finn does get back 3rd place. And looks like Santi might be coming back out of the track. And he gets back out into 4th. J. Kelly takes over 5th. Marcus is going to be in 6th. Venox takes over, looks like he's going to take over 7th place there right now. Fake Fox takes over 8th. Slowpoke is coming out. I think he's probably going to be in 9th. Did J. Kelly just pull an overtake move? I think he just did. I think that's going to be an illegal overtake. He might have to give that position back as he just did there right now. And Vettel there in 10th. Minimir running 11th. We got Vic heading back out to the pits into 12th. 13 for Thunderbills. Ghost Rider there in 14. And Arxie there 15. Braden out of this race. Codfish out. Clam User out. And Ace out of the race there. Unfortunate for them, but issues do tend to happen sometimes. So the 15 drivers still in the race. We're on lap 9 of 33 right now and still running here and getting back out front at the moment. So let's have a look at what penalties are like here at the moment. So it's a 5-second penalty for King Curb there, and I'm not sure if he's going to do another pit stop or not, or if he's going to push to the end of the race on the tires that he's currently on. But if he does do another pit stop, he'll be able to serve that 5-second penalty into the pits there. Marcus has a 5-second penalty as well. Venox there has 3 seconds. Vettel has 3 seconds. So does Vic and Thunderbills and Arxie. They all have 3-second penalties. So not too bad with the penalties so far. It looks like we're going another lap under the safety car here. So we're going to have to deal with that in just a bit as well. And let's have a look and see what's happening here right now. So Venox looks like he's looking pretty good for driver of the day in this session here, because he's gained 11 positions in the race so far. He's done pit stops already, up into 7th place and running here right now. And he's on the hard tire, so definitely going to the end of the race. If he can keep that position true and penalties don't affect him in terms of losing positions, or maybe just losing one, that will be fine. He will still probably get the driver of the day for this race here. But let's see how that goes on through. Ethan started on pole there, and he looks like he's going to continue on pole for now in the race. We're on lap 10 under the safety car and continuing on through here at the moment. So let's get on back board with everything, and hopefully at the end of this lap we can have the safety car going so we can get back racing and have quite a number of laps left for racing still as yet. Hopefully no more safety cars of VST. We've had 2 VST so far. This is our 4th safety car in the race, but on a track like this it's a bit high speed, so things do tend to happen sometimes with drivers trying to battle it through a 4th position on track there. So I think there's one car that's Arxie down in the back. He needs to catch up to the safety car queue, and hopefully he can be able to do that before we get back racing here in this session. Okay, so we're back racing again, and we got Ethan getting out pretty well out front. And let's have a look what's happening with Finn and King Curb down at the back here. They're going side by side through the first sector of the track, trying to get positions here. So it looks like Finn has gotten a position up on King Curb, and he's up into second place. That puts King Curb all the way down to P4 right now, because Jay Kelly is fighting him, going side by side, and trying to get that position away. He's still trying to fight it back and go around the inside here right now. So he's trying to keep between the two runners, having some problems trying to do that as well, and takes a penalty there. Jay Kelly takes a penalty, sorry. So a bit of a penalty for King Curb as well. So a bit of an interesting start. Sorry about that. I had my eye off the screen for just a second there. I thought we were probably going one more lap under the safety car. So yeah, Finn is up into second place in the race right now, and Ethan continues off in the lead. King Curb there, he's now running in third. Jay Kelly running in fourth. He's trying to get up that position there if he can right now. And we got Vic down there in 10th. I think he's trying to get alongside the AlphaTauri of Vettel and try to get up into 9th place right now. And looks like he's lost, he's not getting that position. He's lost another position there to Thunderbills, who's now gone up into 10th. He's down into 11th right now. And he's lost, I think he's lost just that position. But someone getting into the pits there at the moment. I think that was the AlphaTauri. So these guys are going to be up a position here. So let's have a look back what's happening out front. We got Fake Fox here chasing down Venox there in P6. And I got a very close gap between Marcus here and Jay Kelly. He's trying to chase Jay Kelly down for P4 right now. As his teammate Venox coming behind. Actually pretty close by, so let's see how that gap is going through. And fastest lap in the session so far, it's on Finn there, so let's keep an eye on how that's going there as well. So we got Marcus trying to keep up with Jay Kelly for P4 right now, and his teammate just behind trying to fight off Fake Fox right now. So let's have a look on how that's going through for him. So both of them trying to get away pretty well. They're pretty high up in the points, as well as the Renault there as well. So having a pretty good race on both ends for those teams. They're going to be getting some pretty good points if they're able to finish right there. And then Ethan there, unfortunately his teammate, I think that's Codfish, is out of the race. DRS is back online here right now. Yeah, so Ethan is the only Mercedes running at the moment. I think there's a switch between Jay Kelly and Marcus here. So that's Marcus up into P4. He's gotten that position up. I think he had a pretty good run down down the pit straight into turn 1. And Jay Kelly is trying to get that position back if he can here right now. So he's stuck between two Williams at the moment and really doesn't want to be in that point here right now. We got King Curb out front in P3. He's trying to catch up back with Finn to try and get this position back for P2 if he can. We'll have a look, see if he's going to be able to do that anytime soon or not. But right now, still following on with Jay Kelly. We're going to get on board with him as he chases down Marcus there for P4 to get this position back if he's able to. And he's able to maintain a gap of about half a second right now, but he does need to break that gap down a little bit more if he wants to try and get an overtake done for that position. We got Fake Fox and Venox here switching position for 7th and 8th right now. So let's have a look what's happening with these two. Thunderbills is trying to get alongside Venox here right now to try and get by. I think he lost a bit of time, and Vic coming there in 10th as well. So quite a close gap between these guys here. Ethan keeps getting fastest lap out front. Let's have a look with Jay Kelly here, and I think they're going down the pit straight again. Let's have a look if he's going to have any sort of advantage in terms of DRS advantage here. So he's gotten pretty close to Marcus down the run from down the run into turn 1. He's going to try to keep that gap as close as he can here right now as he continues on through the race here. I think he's trying to get a little bit of better run down the inside to maybe save some time around these turns. And he's gotten right up to the rear of Marcus here right now. So let's have a look, see if this is an overtake that's going to happen before the end of this lap. Or if he's going to try this maybe down the pit straight again on track. And I think that's the best point on this track to get an overtake done, because the DRS along with a bit of overtake is a bit powerful down that pit straight run, so into turn 1. So it's a bit of a good part of the track to actually try and get an overtake done in. And quite a safe one actually too, to just get it done before you get into turn 1. So Let's see if he's going to be trying that or not. Ethan still comfortably leads out front. 2.5 seconds is the gap from Finn there, who's running second, and King Curb there running in P3, 1.6 seconds behind Finn. Marcus here running P4 out front of us, as we can see from Jay Kelly's car, and he's under a bit of pressure though, because he has Jay Kelly in his DRS range, and as you can see, Jay Kelly getting that DRS advantage again, trying to use a bit of slipstream, but not close enough to get enough out of that, and he's getting pretty close down this run into turn one, but just not getting close enough to get that overtake done as yet. We still got Fake Fox now chasing down Slowpoke for a position there. Thunderbills and Venox seem to have switched positions for 8th and 9th, and a pretty close gap between the two. Let's have a look at that here right now, because they're still fighting on through for that position, with the Red Bull of Vic coming just behind. He's trying to fight it on through for 9th place there right now, and then maybe get up into 8th if he can. So he's still following on behind Thunderbills and trying to keep up with him, and hopefully beat up both of them in front of him, make some mistakes so he can just get up 2 positions. I think what is what he's actually hoping for right now as they continue on through here right now. Gap has increased a little bit up front. I see you by half a second at least between Ethan and Finn there, so he's now up to 3 seconds with that gap. He's increasing it a little more as he continues to race on through. For Interlap 15 of this race right now as we continue on through, just approaching the halfway point, and still about half of this race more to go before we get to the end. So we might see another round of pit stops from a few cars who are on the medium strategy running at the moment, because it does depend if they're going to be able to push those cars to the end of the race. We'll see how that works out though, because Ethan keeps getting the fastest lap out front right now, 1:18 at the moment, so doing pretty well in terms of that. And let's have a look if Thunderbolts is going to have a good run on Venox as we go straight down into turn 1 on this pit straight, and uses the DRS, uses a bit of overtake as well, and he's catching up, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to try and outbreak him either. He's now he has to just hold it off there in P9 for now, but they get quite close on that run, so if he can keep this gap going, he might get a better opportunity on the next one. Let's have a look at RC here and Santi in P11 and 12. These two still are trying to fight it out for P11 at the moment. Gap is just under half a second, so we're trying to see how this is going to go through as they continue on through to race down, going into sector 2 on lap 16 of 33 at the moment. I think we can just call this at least a halfway point in the race at the moment here, at least halfway through the next lap. I guess that's what it will be, but I think we'll call half of lap 16 halfway in the race. We're still following on with Santi right now, chasing on RC there for 11th. Let's see how well this battle is going to go on for them. Trying to avoid going wide here at the moment, and let's get on out in front to see what's happening with Jay Kelly and Marcus here, as these two are still going to continue on fighting it out for P4. A bit of a gap still between Finn and Ethan there, and we got a pit stop from Marcus there, so that's going to put Jay Kelly up into P4 now, and Marcus does the pit stop with 11 laps done on those soft tires, and he's going to get off of them and get onto a new set of tires there right now. So let's see what that strategy is going to work for him as well, and where he's going to come out back on track. What is he up to there right now? Let's have a look. Oh, he's changing front wings as well, and he's going on to the mediums. And let's get back up front. Looks like King Kirby is actually trying to get his gap under. Oh, and Venox is out of this race. What happened to him here? I'm trying to have a look where he's at the moment. And I think he's at the exit of somewhere around turn 2. And there's his car on the side of the track. So I'm not sure if he had contact with someone there or not. I think he might have been a bit of a battle, and that incident happened. So we're under a virtual safety car for that incident. That's another driver out. That's going to leave us with 14 drivers into the session right now, as Ethan still continues to lead this race. And let's see if this is going to trigger any more pit stops happening or not. Nope, will not, because we're back racing again before anyone even gets to the safety car. Sorry, to the pit stop lane there. So everyone's back racing again. Ethan still continues to lead this race. He's about 3.8 seconds ahead. We got King Corb. He was getting under a second behind Finn, but now going into the pits. 8 laps done on these tires, and the VSC is over, so he's not really going to be saving any much time doing the pit stop there right now. I'm not sure if the rest of the grid might be waiting for another safety car before they do a pit stop or not. But let's see how this is going through, because he's getting into the pits right now. That puts Finn still continues to run in second. Jay Kelly is all the way up into P3 right now behind his teammate there. Fake Fox running P4. Slowpoke goes P5 right now. Thunderbolt is now in P6. And we got Vic chasing him down for that position there in P7. King Cobra runs 8, but he's about 3.9 seconds behind Vic right now, and Santi there another 3 seconds behind. RC is a pretty close by right now. Thunderbills and Slowpoke, I think, switching positions here at the moment with a half a second gap. Of course, Vic just behind these two, and he's trying to get up a position here if he can. I think he has a much closer gap to that racing point in front of him. So let's see if the Red Bull can get by, or if he's going to have to just hold on to P7 for now. Going to get on board a bit with Vic here and see what's happening in terms of this battle for 6th position, because I think Slowpoke might be a little more worried about him there. Alright, I think he's getting a pretty good run down the pit straight here. Let's have a look how close this is going to be. And looks like he might try it on the inside. Is he close enough to do it? And he does go for it. Let's see if he's going to get that position up or not. And so far so good, because he gets the position up into 6 and puts Slowpoke down into 7 there right now. And even on those soft tires, I think those soft tires are probably starting to get a bit old on him on 9 laps there for Slowpoke. So maybe having some trouble with that. But got a pretty good run down the pit straight, and really took a chance with that overtake, but got it done pretty cleanly and avoided contact with Slowpoke's car. So not too bad on getting that overtake done. I guess a bit of a gap starting to form between most of our drivers here. Lowest gaps we have are just over a second. What we have with Vic and Thunderbills here, as we're going to see if this Red Bull is able to catch up to Thunderbills here in P5. Out front, we still got Ethan leading a comfortable race, and we really haven't focused much on him because he's about 4.5 seconds right now out in front of Finn, and Jay Kelly there another 8.5 seconds behind. So those two are actually looking pretty good at getting P1, P2, and they don't have any penalties in this race so far, so not too bad on their end as they continue on through there right now. Trying to keep an eye on the gap between Vic and Thunderbills right now. It's still pretty close between them. Vic is trying to get his gap under a second to get back into that DRS range if he can, to use that advantage. But it's just over a second right now by about a tenth. And he's really pushing on through to try and break it down back if he can. But I think Thunderbills is trying to keep him out of that DRS range as much as possible, because I think that's to his best interest, to not have the car behind having any DRS advantage. So he's trying to pull that off right now. Let's see how that's working out for him here. And so far so good. He's gained about a tenth or two, and we're falling down at the back at 12th right now with Minimir here chasing down Arxie there for 11th position. So let's see if he's able to catch up to the racing point or not. Gap is not too far off. It's just under a second actually. So we'll have the DRS advantage to work with. Ghost Rider running in 13. We got Vettel running 14. Unfortunately, out of this race so far is Venox. We got Braden out, Codfish, Climb User, and Ace out of the race so far. Out front, we got a bit of a switch happening because the pit stop happened with Finn there. So Finn back into the pits. Ethan continues to lead, and Jay Kelly goes into second with Fake Fox going into third. Thunderbill moves up into fourth. Vic goes up into fifth. Finn is coming back out of the track. He's coming back out in 6th position there right now. So let's see if Ethan is going to do another pit stop here or not, which I think he might, because they're doing 12 laps on those tires already. So or maybe he's just waiting to see for another VSC or safety car before he actually decides to do that pit stop. I'm not sure what his strategy is out running out front, or how badly those tires are worn right now, because I don't think they'll be too badly worn at this point in the race. We're following on board with Minimir right now as he's chasing down Arxie for P11. And he's gotten pretty close, just not close enough to get an overtake done as yet. So Thunderbills are chasing down Fake Fox for P3 right now. And we'll have to have a look at these penalties in just a bit to see what exactly is happening in that case. We're on lap 22 now and going. So can Ethan push those tires for another 10 laps? About 10 and a half laps, I would say. 10 to 11 laps. I think if he can push him for about that time more, he might be able to finish the race on those set of tires without doing another pit stop. He has a gap of about 15 seconds on Jay Kelly there though, so I think he might actually be able to do another pit stop on those tires and actually still get back his P1 position, fighting on through with some fresh mediums. So let's have a look at where he's at here right now. He's running in sector 2 on lap 22, so I think he's doing pretty well on these tires. Don't seem to be having too many trouble. I think he's being a little bit careful as well. Oh, and we got a virtual safety car. This might be a good opportunity for him to do a pit stop if he wants to here. And that's Minimir out of the race. He was fighting it a bit with RC. I'm not sure if an incident happened between the two of them here, but we'll have to have a look at his car coming up just in about 2 turns time here. So let's have a look on board with Ethan here to see if we can see. Oh, I think the car's already gone off track. Oh, and that's a drive-through penalty for Ethan for speeding under the VSC, and he's going to have to serve that. Now the VSC is over. He's going to have to serve that drive-through penalty, and I think that's going to cost him his pit stop time here. So he's now serving that drive-through penalty because I think he's thinking about doing a pit stop, but we'll see how that goes because he's now going to have to serve the drive-through penalty. J. Kelly is coming off 15.8 seconds behind, so let's see if J. Kelly is going to get a good run down that pit straight. And looks like he just might and get up into the lead of the race here right now. Of course, it does look like J. Kelly might end up having to do another pit stop on those tires. I'm not sure. Thunderbirds might be able to get by as well. Let's have a look because he's just another 3 seconds behind. Actually, no, it's just going to be one car getting ahead, as it looks like, I think. Actually, no, that was his back runner run. I think that was Ghost Rider getting past. So looks like Ethan still gets out in front of Thunderbills here right now with about 4 seconds to spare. So looks like he had enough time to actually do a pit stop under that VSC and get back out. I think that's what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to get a pit stop done under that VSC because he knows he was going to be over pretty quickly, and he would have actually gotten it done and gotten out in front of Thunderbird, still in the lead of the race, but unfortunately taking that drive-through penalty has kind of affected that a little bit. So Thunderbird is now up into second place in this race, 3.8 seconds behind Ethan here, and Vic here in running in P3, Finn there running P4 right now, and King Curb running P5. So let's have a look and see what's going to happen if Ethan does decide to do a pit stop here or not. 14 laps on those mediums right now, got about 10 laps more to go in this race. Will he be able to push on through to the end of the race on these tires or not? That's going to be about 24 laps done on the tires if he does decide to push them all the way to the end, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to handle that amount of laps. The hards, yeah, probably, but I don't think the mediums might be able to do that. But let's have a look on what his strategy is going to be, because he's currently going to stay out on track and continue on with his lead right now. We got Thunderbills into the pits there at the moment, so that's going to put Vic up into second place in this race right now, and Finn goes up and back into third now. King Curb now into fourth place, so they're getting back out in front just a little bit. The strategy seems to be working pretty well for them, but Vic here on 14 laps on those tires so far. So if Ethan has to do pit stop, he's gonna probably have to do one as well. Does depend on how badly worn these tires are for these guys here at the moment. Of course, Ethan has been running in a bit more clean air throughout the course of this race. He's actually led almost the entire race, so we'll see how that's gonna go here. I think our close gaps have kind of disappeared for just a little bit, but might come back to us in just a bit when a few more pit stops start to happen. Let's have a look at what penalties are like right now. So Vic there has a 3-second penalty. We got a 5-second for King Curb, 3 seconds for J. Kelly, Fake Fox, and Thunderbills, as well as Slowpoke RC there. Vettel having about 8 seconds, so we'll see how that affects them as we continue on in the race. So we still got a few drivers on tires which they might have to do a pit stop on. Santi there on the hard tires with 14 laps. I'm quite sure he's not going to be doing another pit stop here, but having a look right now, Ethan is on 16 laps on these tires so far, and we're on lap 25 of 33, so it looks like he might be able to push on with these tires to the end of the race, because we got Vic falling down the order right now. He's now down into third place in the race. We got Finn getting back up into second on those fresh mediums right now. King Cup running 16 lap on his mediums as well. Same strategy as Ethan there. They both started on the softs and went on to the mediums on their one pit stop that they did in the race. And I don't think they're planning on doing another pit stop, because it looks like King Cup might be pushing on through to the end of the race as well and try to hold on to P4 as much as he can, and maybe try to get up into P3 if possible here, because he has 1.5 second the gap is to Vic out front, and Vic just lost the place to Finn. So let's see with Finn on the fresh tires right now if he's able to catch up to Ethan in the next 8 laps or so that we have left in the race here at the moment. because Finn doesn't have any penalties, neither does Ethan. So the two of them, it does depend on where they cross the line right now. If they don't continue on to get any penalties in the race, we'll see how that works out. And we do have Ethan getting into the pits here right now. So let's see how this strategy is working out. He's going on to the soft tires and he's going to get back out. And he's going to have just around 7 laps to work with to try and get back up into the lead of the race. And he's coming back out behind Jay Kelly there, who's currently in P5. So he comes out back in P6. And he has the one car in front of him with the soft tires. That's Jay Kelly having 2 laps done on those soft tires only. So let's see if he has the pace that is needed right now to catch back up and get back up into the lead of the race. It's going to be quite a bit difficult to get past. Maybe Jay Kelly and Finn, being that their tires are a lot more fresher than Vic, King Curb and Santi there, but let's see how this is going to work out. And penalties are going to help him out a bit as well to probably get back up a few positions here, because Santi doesn't have any penalties though, and neither does Finn, who's currently in the lead of the race, 1.6 seconds ahead of Vic, and he seems to be gaining some time right now. We're going to follow on with Ethan to see if he's able to catch up. JKD actually catching up to he's catching up to Santi out in front, and he's going to try to get by if he can here. So let's have a look on how that battle is progressing on through. This is going to be for P4. Once that happens, we have a yellow flag there in Sector 3. That's already over with. Went back green and racing again. So Ethan already under a second behind Jay Kelly, and we're going to follow overhead with him as he's going to be trying to get by as fast as he can. Of course, Jay Kelly is trying to get by Santi there as well. So a bit of a two-way battle going on through. And we'll see how that works out. Oh, and we got 2 drivers out front. We got them into the pits. That's going to push Ethan up a few more positions here, because we got Vic and King Corp into the pits right now. They're not going to be able to push on through to the end of the race on those tires that they were on. Santi should be able to push his hard tires. Already 17 laps. Oh, and Ethan spins around. He loses the rear end of the car, spins around, and is going to try to get back going here right now. That's going to cost him a lot of time in the race at the moment. And he's now down running in 5th position behind Fake Fox. And the gap is about 4.7 seconds. I think this just cost him a podium position in the race here. Alright, so let's see what the gap is. So it's still about 4 seconds for him to catch back up to Fake Fox and try to get up a position there if he can. Going on to Jay Kelly here. He's chasing down Sandy here for P2 in this race. So let's have a look on how that battle is progressing on through here at the moment. And we got them going side by side through turn 1. Looks like Jay Kelly is getting up into 2nd place right now, with Finley, his teammate, leading this race at the moment. So it looks like it might be a potential Renault 1-2 finish if they can actually keep it that way. We'll see how it works out, because Jay Kelly does have that penalty, so that's going to cost him a little bit in the race here as well. They'll have to be a little bit careful about that if they do want to finish 1-2 in this race. But so far, he's already starting to get away from Santi there, who's currently in P3. And gap is starting to go a little bit over a second, but I think he does need a 3-second gap, because he does have a 3-second penalty. So we're going to switch on to penalties and see what that's over. So 6 seconds the penalties is. So he's going to have to get a 6-second gap going against Santi to keep P2. Or it might be a 1-3 finish in that case there, either way. But looks like that's what the case is going to be. We're going to follow on right now with Ethan here, chasing down Fake Fox for P4. 2-second that gap is right now. And he did have a spin. Didn't take any damage. Fortunate for him. But he's going to try and catch back up as much as he can right now. I think that drive-through penalty under the VSC really cost him the race here, and that's what's going to make him probably lose out on a pole position win. But he's currently P5. Let's see what he's going to get up before the end of the race. We're on lap 29 right now and continue on through. He gets the fastest lap in the race so far, 1:17.598, and he's continuing on through. On lap 29, we're now going down the pit straight, and he goes into turn 1. Let's see how close he's able to get, and in 1.9 seconds, he's starting to gain a little bit of time on Fake Fox there in P4 right now. He needs to catch up and get past him and then try to fight off Santi there for P3 to get on back to the podium. If he's able to do that, we'll see how that works out. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get that done with just about 4.5 laps left in this race though, so not a lot of time. He needs to get a move on very, very quickly and try to get up ahead a position if he can here. I got Marcus down there in 8th. He's chasing down Thunderbolt for P7, so not going too well as well. The gap is just over a second, so doesn't have that DRS advantage that he might want to be using there right now. Santi on 19 laps on those hard tires, so he's running quite a bit of time on those tires right now. They're going to start to give just a little bit of going into lap 30, I assume, here on him. So he's going to have some trouble keeping ahead of Fake Fox and having some trouble trying to catch up to Jay Kelly, which is why he lost that position there, because those tires are pretty old. Jay Kelly 13.3 seconds behind his team. It does have a penalty, so he's going to have to settle for second place, either that or probably third place in this race because of the 6-second penalty that he does have. We're on lap 30 right now as he continuing on through in this race. The gap is 1.1 second between Fake Fox and Ethan here as he's catching up very quickly to Fake Fox and he's going to try and get P4 if he can in this race. But with the penalty that Fake Fox has, that's going to move him up into P4 either way. But I think he's trying to get up to chase down Santi there for P3. Wants to get back onto the podium and try to get some more points in for the team, being that his teammate is already out of this race. So let's see how that battle is going to progress on through, because Fake Fox is just about 1.1 second behind Santi. He's trying to catch up and get past him if he can here right now. Still going to lose position because of the penalty that he has, but he's still going to push on through to get to the end of the race if he can here at the moment. And gap is now down to about half a second. I actually just noticed here. So he's right up to the rear of Fake Fox, and Santi is just out in front. So he's looking pretty good at getting back onto the podium. Let's see how that's going to work out. And we got Fake Fox going a bit wide, and that puts Ethan True onto P4. And he's now going to chase down Santi there down the pit straight to try and get that position up. Let's see if that's going to work out pretty well. Using all the overtake he has right now, I don't think he has the DRS advantage as yet. He's still out of that 1 second range. And he's going to try and push on through maybe into lap 32 when we do get to that point. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the overtake done by then and try to keep the position up if he can. That's going to get him onto the podium there, because Finn looks like he's going to finish on the podium, finish in P1 on pole position, and Jay Kelly looks like he's going to be finishing third right now with that 6 second penalty, but he might be losing another position because it's a 6 second penalty. So with Ethan this close behind Santi, and Santi just about 3 seconds behind, looks like both of them might get the position up, and looks like Ethan might be able to finish P2 in this race, and that's going to put Santi down to P3 and maybe Jay Kelly down to P4, or yeah, I think he's going to go down to P4 depending on how this works out for him with that penalty. So I think our driver that's done the most laps on the tires is going to be Santi there. 21 laps on those tires so far. Ethan is looking to get by here right now. Let's have a look on one more thing here. Stops done so far. Yep, so that penalty is still 6 seconds. It's going to really cost him in this race here. That's Jay Kelly there in terms of getting up ahead of position. And let's have a look if Ethan is going to get a good run down turn 1, down into turn 1 here on Santi, down to pit straight. See if he's going to be able to get that position up. Santi pulling to the side, trying to keep him out of the slipstream. And he's using the DRS advantage on this lap and trying to catch up as much as he can. He might have to push on through to the final lap to get this done. He's gotten right up to the rear of Santi's car, but still not able to get by, as the gap is still between Finn and Jay Kelly, 13 seconds, which it doesn't really matter because Finn is still going to finish on pole here, and Ethan is really fighting it through to try and get up a position. So is Marcus there in P9, trying to get a position up on King Curve at the moment. We'll see how that goes on through, as Ethan is trying to push on through the inside, but gap is being covered off by Santi out front. And he's really having a hard time getting by here right now. Fake Fox is right up behind him as well, but he does have a penalty, so I don't think he's too worried about him. But he's really trying to get up a position into P3 right now, and I'm trying to get there, because if he doesn't get there, then he's going to be finishing P3 instead of getting second place in the race. But let's see how that's going to work out, because that the 6 second gap penalty that Jay Kelly has, is going to really affect him in the race here. He's going to push him down all the way to P4. We're having a look right now. So we're entering into lap 33. Well, these guys are about to enter into lap 33 in just about one more turn's time. And let's see if Ethan is able to get an overtake done on this occasion. This is going to be the final lap for him to actually try and get this done. He's using all the overtake he has, and he has a slipstream. Gets up alongside on the outside of Santi there, and looks like he's getting the position up here right now. And let's see if Santi's going to be able to come back at him. No, he's not able to. Those tires are way too old for that. And Ethan pushes on through on those fresh soft tires. He's up into P3, and he's going to chase after Jay Kelly there, who's 3.6 seconds ahead with a 6-second penalty. So which means Ethan is going to finish second. Jay Kelly is going to go down to fourth, and Santi is going to go up into P3 with the way the gap is here at the moment. Of course, we do have Fake Fox just behind Santi as well, and Vic there behind, but they do have penalties as well themselves. So that's going to affect them trying to get up another position here as well. So let's see how that's going to affect it with the penalties as we're on the final lap and going on through. I don't think any more of those gaps are going to change as we have them there right now. Following on with Finn here in the Renault leading the Spanish Grand Prix. He's about to go across the line. Around the final turn he goes here right now. And he's going to go across the line and finish on pole here. So he takes a pole position win for the Spanish Grand Prix. Jay Kelly coming around. He's going to go across the line in second place, but not going to be able to keep it, unfortunately, because of that 6-second penalty. He's going to fall all the way down to P4. And so at least he does go across the line second though. So still a 1-2 finish so far for Renault there. And that puts Ethan up into P2 right now as he goes across the line. And Santi takes over P3. Jay Kelly is going to be down to P4. King Carb goes P5, Vic goes P6, Marcus goes 7, Fake Fox is going to go into 8th position, Thunderbill finishes in 9th, and it looks like we have Slowpoke coming around. He's going to be finishing the race in 10th position here right now. I think everyone else might finish right where they are at the moment, so let's have a look on how that works out, and we'll have one last look at the result at the end as well. So that's going to be Slowpoke going across the line for P10. Arxie comes around. He's going to be finishing in 11th here right now. And Ghost Rider finishes 12th. And I think that's about it. One more driver there. And yep, that's going to be it for the Spanish Grand Prix. And yep, Ethan, you did kind of throw that away. And that is Santi getting driver of the day. Not too bad on him. Pushing on through on those hard tires all that amount of lap. That was pretty good on his end. But yep, Ethan, that drive-through penalty did cost you the race win there, unfortunately, but still finishing second. I think it was a pretty good comeback in the race either way, but not too bad at all. So still getting a second place finish, not too bad. And we got a Renault finishing on pole. It was going to be a Renault 1-2 finish for this race had Jay Kelly not have that penalty, but unfortunately didn't work out that way. So we got a Renault, a Mercedes, and a Haas on the podium. Not too bad at all. Let's have one last look at the results here for this race. So there we have it, guys. So Finn takes pole position. We got Ethan finishing in second. We got Santi finishing in third. Jay Kelly finishes in fourth, even though he went across the line in second. We got King Car finishing fifth and he took the fastest lap in the race. We got Vic finishing in 6th, Marcus takes 7th, Fake Fox takes 8th, Thunderbill takes 9th, Slowpoke takes 10th, and Arxie takes 11, Ghost Rider takes 12, Vettel 13, Minimir finishing 14, Venox there 15, Braden there in 16, Codfish 17, Climb User 18, Ace there in 19. And guys, that's how it goes down for that. Santi, I think he got the driver of the day on this race. So either way, it was actually a pretty fun race to watch. So I actually enjoyed doing that. So not too bad at all for Next Level Racing League there for round 5 of 22. Join us again next week for round 6. Should be an interesting one. And yep, that was actually pretty good. So thank you guys for joining on the session. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video before you leave, guys. Really do appreciate it. Remember, if you're new around here, do subscribe to the channel so you can have a look at the other races that we stream as well.